Hi, it has been a while since I've done one of these, but I had an idea, so now we're gonna be seeing how long I can keep up with it as my ADHD brain likes to jump from thing to thing, and I still have videos that I never posted from like over 2 years ago. So let's see how this goes. But anyway, hi! Welcome to what I'm going to be calling, at least, Smutty Saturday, where I will be reviewing books that I've read. I read a lot of smut. This is just facts. It is the way it is currently. That's my vibe. That's what I read. I prefer it, especially if it's a dark romance. A dark romance really gets me. I like quite a few of those, and I have thoughts on them. A number of thoughts, and that's what this is going to be for. So today I'm going to be talking about Demons in My Head by Britt Andrews. I think I remembered that correctly. I'm using my phone to record, so hey. Anyway, Demons in My Head. It is the second book in the Port Black series. I read the first one, according to my Kindle remembrance, about a year and a half ago. So, beginning was a little rocky when I was getting into it because, am I going to reread the book right away? No, I'm not at all. That's not going to happen. I mean, that's just facts. I bought the book. I gave her my money. Did I reread it? No. And that's fine. I don't gotta. I remembered enough, and I did as time went on. And we'll see how this goes. Anyway, so basically I picked up where the last one left off, and frustration, basically, because of course we have to split everybody up because we can't be happy at the end of the first book. No, instead we're going to continue on to the second book and have main protagonist Palmer go off and do her own thing with Ghosty Ghost Jasper, and they're going to have lovely time getting away from Scorpio's game because guess who got captured in the end of the last book that I totally forgot happened until I was reading it? Palmer! Palmer got captured by Scorpio after Azrael did things. I don't remember exactly. I have a shit memory. Yep. These are going to be interesting. Anyway, there's a reason I was always doing physical books. So, Palmer gets captured. Everyone's having issues because Palmer left. And Rhodes is a big dick because he made Palmer leave because he has unresolved feelings for someone he thinks is dead. And that someone's Jasper. And Jasper's not actually dead, but we know that he's in denial. Because, Palmer being Spirit Witch and all. I have other theories on that. I don't think Palmer's a Spirit Witch personally. I think she's more of a Veil Witch. That seems more likely to me than a Spirit Witch, especially with how everything ends up going. But anyway, I digress. We're going back to the beginning of the book. So, all the rest of our lovely comrades are in Hellvoid. Bestmet. I think it's called Bestmet. I'll probably double check myself before I post this. Will I double check myself? No, I'm lazy. We're saying it's best bet. So they're in Hell Realm. They're going to the castle, gonna fight Azrael, do the big bad thing. Everyone's going through emotions because, of course, we're going through emotions. We get our first sex scene at about 30%, which is a decent amount, if you ask me. It is in between Jasper and Palmer. And it happens. We find out that Palmer can go ghosty form, which is how she's able to take Jasper's knot, because in this world, demons have knots. Okay, I'm down. I'm here for a good knot story. So they fully mate, which means, I guess, in this world, just taking a knot is what makes you mated, not necessarily a bite, which I guess, tracks, because we're not doing an ophthalmic romance, so we're good with that. So, Jasper, Palmer, happy mated. We still have Talon, Rhodes, Ashland, Misha, and Felix. I always forget about Felix. That's 7 people in a group. I'm just saying that. This polycure, poly situation, 7 people. That's a lot of people. My brain's not that soon. Anyway, rest of the guys, so they mate, they're happy. Then realizing, we gotta get back. So they go back to the club, defend the club from Scorpio. Scorpio tries to use more mind control with people. Palmer's able to best him. Scorpio goes running off. Palmer is able to prove to the rest of the gang that she is someone that they can look up to and would be a good leader, and obviously they're going to follow her. By the way, the entire time I was reading this, all I could see and all I could feel was that we're really rushing to get to an end here. Like, we are rushing hard to get to an end. Everything is working out perfectly for some reason, where even characters are saying, well, that's convenient. Well, that was really easy. Like, we're getting to an end real fast, and I don't know why we're rushing so much, but okay, we were rushing through the story. It's fine. I know Britt said that in the back author's note was that she was going through a rough time, which I feel that. I feel that. I feel going through a rough time, truly, and I believe, like, my thoughts, my prayers, whatever you want to say, go out to you, girl. Like, you do what you can. But girl, this felt like it was rushed. This book felt rushed to me. So they're able to defeat Scorpio. Then Jasper Palmer decided to go to Bestmat. I still can't remember if that's what it's called. So they go off to Demon Realm. By the way, while we're in Demon Realm, we have Ashland and friends who suddenly run into another group of friends, which the way they're described makes me think, these people seem like there's probably another book series that's featuring them. And do I look up the book series? Yes, I do. I look up Britt Andrews as an author, and I find out, there's an entire other series called Emerald Lakes, where we just decided to include those characters into this one, where obviously we don't necessarily need to have read Emerald Lakes, but I kind of really wish I had known Emerald Lakes first, but I only knew Port Black first. And I prefer Port Black, quite honestly. Also, when I was looking at the covers of Emerald Lakes, it's literally the straight up type of romance covers that I'm probably gonna skip over, personally. You have Demons in My Bed and Demons in My Head, which just have like cover titles, big, bold, neon, pretty colors. That I like. I'm gonna be attracted to that. Whereas Emerald Lake has main character Sage. I think her name's Sage. I only got introduced through the Demons in My Head, but basically her on each cover. So, cool. Typical romance, right? Probably. I'm probably going to be reading it at some point, don't worry. This is just my current thing. Anyway, so we're introduced to a whole group of people's cadre, as you might say. I think that's how you use that word. I don't know. They fight big bad Azrael. Everyone else is fighting. We all meet up at the end for the big fight. Like I said, this felt rushed. So this review is going to feel rushed because this whole thing felt rushed. Everyone gets together. Then we have groups of people of Port Black being upset at Palmer because she ran off, and then her explaining the whole story of she was found by Azrael as a child, that he supposedly saved her because her parents were dead. Turns out he killed her parents, and now that she knows, she wants to get revenge on him, because she kills him, and then is able to tell everybody that, hey, this is the person that hired me to go up against you guys, and now I can be your bun, which I love Talon. Talon's my favorite. Talon is absolutely my favorite, and I love that he gives her the nickname Bun. It just makes me happy. So we're finally together. We realize that apparently Azrael had a spirit room where he was keeping the spirits of innocents that he slaughtered, which includes Palmer's parents. So go save Palmer's parents and all the other spirits, and then she gets even more spirit witching. That's when we get to my theory that she's actually more of a veil witch than a spirit witch, and a spirit witch was all she was able to access with it when she was trying to force her abilities, because Azrael was just making her use her abilities as is, whatever. And I think she's actually more of a veil witch because she can definitely use the veil better. Oh yeah, while we're in the spirit room, we have combination Scorpio and Azrael taking over Scorpio's body. I forgot to say Scorpio ended up going over to Bestmat. Oh, whatever. Mini plot point to try to continue the book. And then we end up besting them again. literally all the spirits tearing off Azrael's soul piece by piece as they're going back into the Veil, the beyond, where they would rather be. Palmer gets knocked out because Veil magic's very strong. She's not used to it yet. Wakes up, and then we have giant big old orgy with everybody to create the mating bond and bring Jasper back to life, as well as like have her have like an outlet to take care of her spiritual abilities. And then we have end of book. That's about it. When I say this book was rushed, it really feels rushed. That was a lot of words. That was a lot of words in between those key plot points, but that's pretty much it. So, also, this book had a lovely little playlist. This playlist was really fucking good. Honestly, if you're gonna read the book, read it for the playlist. The playlist goes with the book really well. She put together 5 stars playlist. Actually, no. We're gonna actually rate it. I'm giving the playlist a 4 out of 5. Love the playlist. The book itself is a 3 out of 5. Spice level is 1 out of 5. I'm sorry. We didn't actually get any descriptions of what they looked like. We had the one encounter at the very beginning between Jasper and Palmer, and then we don't get anything until the very end with the last couple chapters, and that's it. And even then, even though we have a great orgy with 7 guys, 1 girl, we have the magic of mating that makes the knots go down faster so that we can go from 1 to 1 to 1 and continue having our whole little magic circle thing. Yeah, again, this one felt rushed to me. I think if it had been stretched out into 2 books would have been better. Also, if we had like a little more interludes in between the characters and more sexy times, because I really wanted to have a thing with Rhodes and Jasper doing their thing together. I wanted to see that. I also really wanted to see at some point just Talon and Misha together. That would have been really cool. I would have appreciated that personally. I like having a crazy person and the bear together. Crazy and bear. There we go. Please. I would have loved that. But we didn't. But yeah. 3 out of 5 for the book, 1 out of 5 spice level. It's a good series. I like it. It's cute. It's not gonna rev your engine or anything like that, but yeah, it's fun. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to keep up with these and bring you some more book reviews that are gonna be lickety-split, just like that. Like, because that's apparently what I do. So let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever algorithm things, whatever there are. I don't know. I really don't give a fuck. I'm just talking about books that I like. I like to talk about books. And apparently I also like to stutter. I don't like to stutter. I just do stutter. Probably should do some look into that. Yeah, who gives a fuck? Anyway, that was my review for Demons in My Head by Britt Andrews. I like it. I'm definitely going to be reading more of her writing. I also found out that she apparently has a sapphic romance, which I'm definitely going to be reading. Just saying. Will I do a review on it? I don't know. We'll find out. But that was my review. Come back next week. Doodles.